Esteemed ICPAK members, my name is FCPA Julius Mwatu, contesting to be your national chairman for the next 2 years. Have been your national vice chairman for the last 2 years, elected by ICPAK Council unopposed, something which has not happened in the last 6 years, which I've served as an ICPAK member, which is a very big vote of confidence, first of all to myself, that I can do it, and secondly, to yourself, that you can trust me. I'm currently the Group Chief Finance Officer in Indigo Telecom. Before then, I worked with KPMG, Ernst & Young, PKF, and Nedbank East Africa. I love this profession because it allows you to change jobs without changing the career. I started as an auditor, moved to tax consulting, then worked as a financial analyst, and today I work as a Chief Finance Officer. I have 20 years experience in the accountancy profession. I joined ICPAK 17 years ago, and I've spent the last 10 years serving ICPAK, 4 years before joining council and 6 years as a council member. If you want to go faster, you work alone. If you want to go further, you work with everybody. Fellow CPAs, to come up with this agenda, I consulted widely. I talked to all the constituencies of the accountancy profession. I consulted former chairmen. I talked to the top management at Secretariat and evaluated the strategic plan, because I believe the chairman carries the vision and drives the strategy. My 5 pillars CPAs are: 1, enhanced member services; 2, advocacy and CPA brand recognition; 3, strengthening the regulatory framework; 4, support branches and devolution; and 5, institutional sustainability. Pillar number 1, enhanced member services, and I think members, you'll agree with me that ICPAK is a member services institution. We have grown from 8,000 members to over 20,000 members in the last 5 years, and focus on member services is mandatory. My key priority number 1 is to immediately conduct a proper KYC, know your client. I know we continuously do member profiling, and right now we are 20,000 of us, but can we tell how many CPAs are jobless? Can we tell the specific expectations of these CPAs? Can we tell who works where? Fellow CPAs, I want to do this in the next 183 days with your support. My key priority number 2 is proper representation, and I must say that we are elected to represent the members, and you must report back through continuous council dialogue. I believe that leadership is about the people you serve, and council members must climb down the staircase and meet the members at the floor. My key priority number 3 is opportunities for members, and I can't overemphasize this. We'll start by amending the Accountants Act, define who an accountant is, and issue multiple licenses. We are going to aggressively lobby through strategic alliances. We will review our mutual recognition agreements with the various institutes, and we are going to assess our memorandum of understanding, which we have signed with the various stakeholders. My key priority number 4 is the CPA remuneration, ranging from the pricing of professional services to the scheme of service for public sector CPA, and generally the salary scales for the accountant. I want to have a key focus on the youth, because the youth are the future of the institute, and the trainee accountant practical experience framework, which is right now being piloted, needs to take off, and I believe this is going to take off in July. The internship program, which is being rolled out, I think need to be actualized. We need webinars to bring down the cost of CPD, and we need to complete the startup kit for our young CPAs. I want to have a specific focus on the practitioners and especially the SMPs, and I want to complete the development of the audit software, which is being done under my committee, PDC. I want us to be able to issue multiple licenses to practitioners to capture their specialization. I want us to roll out the websites, which again is a project in partnership with Safaricom, which has been ongoing for some time. And members, practitioners are going to have domains at less than 5,000 shillings. I also want to tap into opportunities, leveraging on our research and development department. My pillar number 2, fellow CPAs, advocacy and CPA brand recognition. And I must say that I've really enjoyed this role in the last two years of course working with the chairman on media briefings. And CPAs, just Google Julius Mwatu. I know you have Wi-Fi wherever you are. I know you have Wi-Fi. Just do it now. I've met ambassadors of various countries, Turkey, Singapore, Malaysia, again talking about the CPA brand and advancing the CPA brand beyond the borders. I've gone to Parliament twice in the last 12 months, and I must say, as an individual, I think I'm more than ready to do this job. The first activity which I want to do on the advocacy and the CPA brand recognition is to put together a pool of experts drawn from the ICPAK membership to advance the advocacy role. We need to promptly address emerging topical issues. I think this is an area which we have really been accused by our members, and I think it's true. And I want to borrow from the Law Society of Kenya. I think what I see is whenever there is a matter in the public discourse, you see a lawyer making a comment, and that does not necessarily need to be the chairman of LSK. I want us to do the same. We enable our members to go out there and brand us. The legislative agenda is going to be a key agenda for myself again, and I think we have done well in this area. We have given a lot of input in a number of bills because I convened the Public Policy and Governance Committee. And let me say our members are being recognized out there. I think today, for you to be a head of finance in a publicly quoted company, you must be a CPAK. For you to be a head of finance in a bank, you have to be a CPAK. And I think the government is starting to recognize this. But the bigger question we need to ask ourselves is, where is the law? Is this in the law? Because if it is not, then it can be changed one day. My pillar number 3 is strengthening the regulatory framework. And let me say that this is possibly the biggest discussion in ICPAK today. And we normally say that sometimes you play politics, sometimes you apply some extra force, and sometimes you go for strategic alliances to achieve what you want to achieve. Let me tell you, members, in 2014, we got frustrated just like the way you are frustrated, I can tell. And with the help of our CPA parliamentarians, we pushed the amendment of the Accountants Act proposals all the way to Parliament, and we lost miserably. We have learned our lessons. We are now doing piecemeal amendments, and again, we need to complete this. We need to define who an accountant is, and we need specifically to be given investigative powers. The issue of funding of the regulatory role is key, and I think we need to take this one seriously. Member protection, you can't emphasize that through the whistleblowing policy, which I know is coming to council soon. And very passionate about it, and I leverage this from SCAW. I want to introduce a dialing service for SMPs. My pillar number 4, honorable members, is to support branches and devolution. And this is a pillar I probably relate with most. It was the first job in 2011. We have established 4 new branches and grown branch membership from 800 to over 5,000 to date. And I think one of my key deliverables will be to empower branches by establishing the remaining physical branch offices. And I think with an allocation of 10 million per year, I can be able to open the 8 remaining physical branch offices. And I think the branches actually have capacity to finance this cost. I want to position branches as a reference point on devolution agenda, and we are going to ride on the MOU we signed the other day with the Council of Governors. And I want to establish a CPA center for each branch. I know this could look far-fetched, but members, I want to plant the seed, and we can start by allocating a percentage of the branch revenues to this cause. My last pillar, CPS, pillar number 5, is institutional sustainability. And I've seen members criticize my 24-hour service. I'm going to do it and still enjoy the 8 hours of sleep daily. When you talk about a 24-hour economy, it means that the bank closes at 4 p.m., but the customer can still access his money through an ATM somewhere and send a transfer at midnight. And that is what I want to do at ICPAK. I want to leverage on technology and the culture of excellence. I'm going to immediately do a mid-period strategic plan review and champion establishment of a center for finance and tax. And I'm very passionate about this. This is something which other institutions, other professions have already done it. We have Center for Legal Affairs, Center for Corporate Governance, and we want to do this to do post-qualification accreditation of finance and tax experts. True leadership is measured by what happens in your absence. Dear CPAs, members of ICPAK, the earth is only moved by things that are said easily and done seriously. And that is why I took my time to do 24 key priorities, because I believe as chairman of ICPAK, you carry the institute vision and drive the strategy. And you must know where you are going from the start. The institute has 20,000 members and the chairman is the smallest. Because when you want to be a leader, you must be ready to serve, and leadership is about the people you serve. I want to be your smallest member. Vote for consistency, 10 years of consistent service. Vote for continuity, looking backwards, looking forwards, and connecting the dots. Vote for servant leadership, and my track record says it all. Vote for FCPA Julius Mwatu to complete the job. I've done it before, I can do it again. With your support, I'll do it better.